As we turn the calendar to 2013, things are starting to heat up for the basketball teams and wrestlers. On this week's Panther Sports Talk Show, we'll recap the start of Valley play for the Panthers. We'll feature Coach Warren's defensive specialist, show you a very important organization on campus. We spotlight scoring star Anthony James. It's all coming at you next, right here on Panther Sports Talk.
Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Pepper's Grill and Sports Pub, a proud supporter of UNI Athletics.
Are you tired of wondering what you'll find when you open your cable bill each month? We don't think it should be a surprise. Switch to CFU Cable and Internet Service for the best value every day for every customer. CFU Cable brings you a huge HD lineup, and our all-fiber internet connection is always fast. You get reliable service and friendly local support. Call 268-5283 for free installation today from CFU, where every customer gets a great price.
Does State Farm let me bundle auto, home, and life to save money?
Sure. We practically invented bundling. And it all stays with State Farm.
So my policies don't go to some bundling center that ships them off to some bundle factory? I'm dealing with you and not some bungling, bustling bundle builders.
Who have you been working with?
Stay with the company you trust.
Bundle and save with Agent Sandy Bennick in Cedar Falls.
This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank, at home in Iowa, at work for you.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Talk. The UNI men's basketball team picks up their first conference victory on the road at Illinois State, a team that was picked second in the preseason polls, a very good team. You also suffered a loss at home against Indiana State. So overall, a week where we saw some glimpses of some real good basketball here, Coach.
Yeah, and we made a lot of improvements throughout the week. Our performance at Wichita State was not a very good one. We needed to play a lot better than what we did in that game, and felt like we did that against Indiana State for the most part. Played a lot harder and got more things done. Just made too many mistakes. And then last night against Illinois State, the guys did a great job of playing extremely hard and limiting some of those mistakes that had cost us against Indiana State. So a lot of improvement over the course of the 7 days. And obviously it's easy to say, yeah, we'd like to have that home one back. You can't get them back. You've got to be able to move forward and make some improvements. And for that part of it, I think the guys really had a good week from the standpoint of making improvements and getting a tough road win.
Yeah, the game against Indiana State dug into a deep hole early, but it seems like this team knows that they can come back, make it a game, and then against Illinois State, a game of runs it appeared to be.
Well, against Illinois State, we were able to get out to a nice lead. For the first 4 or 5 minutes, it was a one-possession game, but then we stretched it out. AJ had a run in there where he knocked in some shots and got us going a little bit on offense, and defensively maybe had as good a stretch as we've had for a while, and able to really hold Illinois State down in that first half. And anytime you're able to do that, and I think they had 24 or 26 at halftime, you're able to do that on somebody else's floor. That's a good half defensively, and so it just felt like we got some, like I said, we got some better things done.
Some big minutes from Seth Tuttle, and he was very efficient in this 2-game stretch, and it's still hard to believe he's still an underclassman. He's playing big.
Yeah, he is, and he did not play very well against Wichita State. He wasn't happy with that, and came to practice for 2 days and really just went to work. And that's shown up in both the Indiana State game and the Illinois State game. And last night he goes 8 of 9 against some size. Carmichael, as everybody around the league knows, very athletic, got a lot of size, and he just went right at it. And different from maybe what we saw a year ago in Seth's first year, and even in a week ago in the Wichita State game. So his mentality right now is terrific, and I think it had some impact on his teammates over the course of the last couple of days getting ready for the Illinois State game.
The points were there against Illinois State, but more importantly, the defense was there. Illinois State putting up some of the highest points out of any team in the nation, and really held them in check on their home court.
Yeah, we did, and it felt like guys did a nice job of being where they were supposed to be from a scouting report standpoint, taking some things away. Carmichael's a hard guy to play against. He got 19, but he had to work for those, or he got a steal or he got a drop off, so a couple of easy baskets. But it wasn't like they were able to go to him every time down and control the game with his play inside. I thought we did a good job in there. And then Mark, for the most part, was on Tyler Brown. And Mark did a terrific job with him. And then in the second half, our defense held us in there. And then in the second half, we had to make some plays, and Mark came up big for us.
Coming up later in the show, we have a feature on senior Anthony James, the newest member of the 1,000 Point Club, and Anthony's just matured a lot as a student athlete here.
He has. He's done a terrific job, and like a number of guys in our program, they wait their turn a little bit sometimes, and AJ did that his first 2 years and has been a full-time guy now, and this year he's just done a terrific job for us. And the way he is at practice and the questions he asks about what we want to do when we're defending this, or if we're running this play, what am I looking for here? And then last night he stepped forward and was more aggressive in terms of shooting the three-point shot, and that's something that's been a part of his game. He hasn't been quite as comfortable on the three-point line. He's maybe passed up a few of them. Last night he felt good and knocked in some threes in the first half that helped us. And really, it's fun to see guys have success that puts them into, in this case, the 1,000 Point Club. That means that you've done it over an extended period of time, and you've had a real impact on our program. And so that part of it, really fun to see. More fun for me at this point to see the leadership he's bringing to our team and how he's grown in that area.
Oh, Star and AJ coming up later on in the show. Two opportunities to see the UNI men's basketball team this week. Wednesday at home, 7 p.m. against Evansville. Great ticket special for that. And then Saturday, 1 o'clock tip-off against Bradley. Big time games, and nice to have them on your home court, Coach.
It is. It's good to be at home. We've got a job to do when we're here, and that's to make sure we protect our home floor. And that gets talked about a lot, but no secret. If you're going to be in the league race, you need to protect your home floor. And we played good against Indiana State, but we didn't do the things necessary to get it done at home, and we've got to make sure we change that this week. And we'll look forward to seeing everybody out here.
We look forward to seeing you. UNI men's basketball exactly halfway through the regular season. We'll see you Wednesday and Saturday here in the McLeod Center. Plenty more PST right after this.
The UNI Panther Scholarship Club has made an impact in the lives of our student athletes from the past as well as the present. Your support has provided a solid foundation for UNI to continue its rich tradition of excellence in both the classroom and athletic venues. Panther pride is at an all-time high thanks to you. Join the team behind the teams today to continue making a difference in the lives of current and future UNI Panthers.
A reminder, you can catch all of our stories and interviews archived on our website. Just go to panthersportstalk.com for a look back at some of the greatest moments in UNI history. Still to come on this edition of PST, we feature sophomore sensation Brooke Brown. We'll sit down with a UNI administrator and a special story on senior guard Anthony James. Back in a minute with more Panther Sports Talk.
For more than 125 years, programs in the College of Humanities, Arts, and Sciences have formed a cornerstone at the University of Northern Iowa. Students can pursue a degree in a range of majors that cater to their interests and provide career preparation. Chaz majors enjoy the best of two worlds, the opportunities and state-of-the-art facilities of a larger university with the connection to faculty and hands-on experience of a smaller school. Together, we can build a foundation that will prepare you for your future.
Hi folks, I'm Mark Birdnow from the Birdnow Dealerships. We're small enough to know you and big enough to take care of you. We'll give you the best price on any new car we sell, or we'll give you $1,000 cash. The Birdnow Dealerships have Northeast Iowa covered.
This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
Last year, the UNI women's basketball team looked to the bench for a spark to help replace the reigning MVC Player of the Year, Jackie Kalin, who was sidelined with a season-ending injury. Seizing the opportunity was freshman guard Brooke Brown. Last year, Brooke played in all 34 games and started 13 contests for the Panthers. Now an experienced sophomore, Brooke Brown is taking her game to a whole new level.
In her first year on the court for the Panthers, Brooke Brown developed into one of the best defenders on the team. With the loss of the top 3 scorers to graduation, her focus coming into this season was to work on her offense.
A lot of shooting. Lots and lots and lots of shooting. Yes, I have been on the gun almost every single day. So I'm trying to get up just a ton of reps. Everything, 15, 17, 3, dribble J, the whole game. So that's really what I focused on, because athletically I was there and defensively I was there.
She's a hard worker. She's a lot like Jackie in the sense that she's willing to go in when people aren't in the stands and do the extra things to be better. Her consistency in her three-point shot has definitely been seen so far early in practice, and she's very good when she takes it all the way to the rim. She continues to create more ways to score, and that's all comes down to her getting in the gym.
Her offensive production has seen an uptick, with her scoring percentage improving by nearly 7%, as she's hitting three-pointers at a 33% rate. But Brooke's greatest efforts are still seen on the defensive end. She's been tabbed the Panthers' lockdown defender that will get the duty of guarding the opposing team's best perimeter player.
I take a lot of pride in it. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I am so excited to be the defensive stopper this year. I mean, really, really excited. And I mean, even defensive drills in practice, I'm like, all right, let's go, let's get it every day.
And she's gotten stronger. She understands angles now. She understands the principles of defense, what we're trying to do. And she really relishes that role. And she wants to be our best perimeter defensive player. And you always need that, because every team has at least one great perimeter offensive player that you have to account for.
The ability to shut down or even slow down the best player doesn't come easy. It takes determination, patience, teamwork, and lots of communication. That's exactly what Brown does better than any other player.
I mean, for the team. I mean, it's not just for myself, so I know what I'm doing. A lot of it's for the team. And yes, naturally, I talk a lot and I'm a loud talker, but it's not easy. You know, it's definitely not easy. And conditioning drills, I'm talking, and I mean, it makes it a lot more challenging, but it's worth it.
Yep, she is one of our biggest communicators, one that doesn't do it when she feels like it or every other time. She does it every single time, and that helps everybody that's on the floor to help them to know what they have to do while she's communicating. And just, you know, it helps the whole defense all around, just knowing that she talks every single time.
Even whether they like to or not, I'm going to get on their case to do it. Whether it pushes them outside of their comfort zone, you know, if they're not talking, then I'll tell them to talk, and hopefully the next possession, and I do see improvement.
I think if there was a practice and she wasn't there, our communication level and how loud we communicate would drop 50%. And that just shows that the rest of us need to pick it up a little bit, but it really gives tribute to what she brings to the team.
The sophomore from Chanhassen, Minnesota, has cemented her role as a tough starting defender for this year's women's basketball team. While it might not always show up in the stat sheet, it's simply how Brooke Brown has always played the game.
From a young age, I've always been I was always one of those guards that wanted to pick up full court. So it just excites me. You know, it's more like my defense brings my offense. It's something that you work on, but my defense brings it.
When we come back, we'll feature an athlete on the men's basketball team and look at some exciting events that are coming to the UNI campus in 2013. Keep it right here for more Panther Sports Talk.
For 40 years, the Cedar Falls Brown Bottle invites you to come share the traditions, the memories, and the delicious Italian cuisine. Montage is your Cedar Falls downtown destination for award-winning wine, creative entrees, and fabulous desserts.
Hi folks, I'm Mark Birdnow from the Birdnow dealerships. We're small enough to know you and big enough to take care of you. We'll give you the best price on any new car we sell, or we'll give you $1,000 cash. The Birdnow dealerships have Northeast Iowa covered.
This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
A couple of weeks ago, we told you about a very special book that was written to reflect on the history of UNI athletics. All proceeds from this book go to support the Panther Scholarship Club. But what is the Panther Scholarship Club, and why is it an organization that needs your support? We sat down with UNI administrator and the director of the PSC, Carrie Dickerson, to find out more.
We want people to recognize the hard work, the 20,000 students before them that have benefited, the $30 million that's been raised over that 50 years, and how thankful we are as a department and specifically, and as a university as a whole, that we appreciate all that they do. It shows a history, it shows a passion for UNI athletics. Once upon a time, it was the Panther Athletic Club, and it has changed to the Panther Scholarship Club, or the PSC now for short. And there are a lot of people that in the beginning, in 1962, that got together. I think I read a little piece from someone that mentioned that there were 60 people that came out on one spring night, and they all gave around $100 to get the athletic club started. And that just shows the passion for UNI athletics, and that's pretty exciting. The players change more. That you have new presidents, new people come through to help that, but ultimately the goal is still the same: is to help raise dollars for our student athletes and for our coaches to succeed at the highest level. And so from that standpoint, that will never change, and that will always be a goal, and that will always be the forefront of the UNI athletic department. But certainly the people who are involved change over time. But this is an opportunity to reconnect and say thank you to some of the people that were involved 50 years ago. And there's still some that are here, and we want to recognize them at a basketball game this spring and say thank you and let people know that these people have been involved with the Panther Scholarship Club for 50 years, and that's pretty amazing. It's amazing that we have close to 75 volunteers here at UNI that help us go out and raise money, that have the same passion that we do, but volunteer. They're not asking for anything in return, and I certainly appreciate that, because you can't reach 1,700 people without the help of the 75 volunteers we have, and we have some great ones that are very supportive personally, and also to volunteer and go out and work hard and hustle and get other people involved. Well, we hope that the 50th anniversary ties a lot of people in, that they understand that there's been a long history there. We've impacted over 20,000 students over that 50 years. Over $30 million has been raised through the athletic club and the Panther Scholarship Club, and so it should be a big year. 50 years is exciting, and obviously we're going to tie that in this spring with our fund drive, in hopes that people understand that and create an endowed 50th anniversary endowed fund, and have perpetuity with that for years to come, that someone will benefit. We'll have a recipient from the 50th anniversary celebration. Yeah, we're definitely proud of what happened, but we want that to grow. As our dollars escalate for cost of tuition, we want to offset that with what we do in the Panther Scholarship Club, and to meet those needs for our coaches and for our student athletes and for the administration, and really for our fans as well. They want to see competitive teams, and to do that, it's important for us to continue to reach out and ask and get more people involved in the PSC.
We still have more coming your way on this edition of Panther Sports Talk, including a look at senior guard Anthony James and highlights from this past week.
Hello, my name is Dwight Watson. I'm the Dean of the College of Education at the University of Northern Iowa. At the University of Northern Iowa, we are excited about preparing teachers and educators and people who provide services throughout the community. Our goal is to educate, serve, and lead. I'm excited about the opportunities that are in my College of Education. If you're interested in becoming a leader, a teacher, or a service provider, come to the University of Northern Iowa.
One of the many highlights from last year's UNI basketball season was when Anthony James drained a shot as time expired to knock off nationally ranked and conference rival Creighton. AJ has hit many big shots throughout his basketball career, and Brad Wells tells us why he thinks this might be his best year yet as a Panther.
One of the smallest members on the UNI men's basketball team is making huge contributions for the Panthers this season. Senior guard Anthony James is near the top of most statistical categories and is averaging double figures each time he steps on the court. Throwing a new wrinkle into the UNI offense this year, AJ has taken on the point guard responsibilities and shined in this new role.
Going hard in the weight room, working on my ball handling, and pretty much just trying to stay consistent. Still working on my pull-up and working on my three-point shooting, and also, of course, defense, of course. But that's pretty much what I've been doing in the offseason.
He's done a great job of that, and so you've seen a lot of growth with him in terms of his playing. He's really improved with his ball handling and his decision-making and creating offense for his teammates, and that part of his game has been fun to watch.
Known across the valley as a scoring threat, Anthony James can beat a defender off the dribble and get to the rim in the blink of an eye. But he also has the ability to rely on his jump shot from just about anywhere on the court.
He can shoot the ball, and he does it all. He's sneaky, he's fast, and defense and offensively.
Anthony is a very talented scorer. He can score from almost anywhere on the court. He's been working really hard on getting to the bucket, and stopping in his mid-range game has always been very tough, so he's just a great scorer.
He's very aggressive. He always stays aggressive in practice. He's always giving it his 100%. Even if he's tired, you could tell he's always going to fight through it, and he's always going to help motivate his team, so he's always looking to get better.
If the game is on the line, AJ wants the basketball in his hands. There's no situation that scares him, and he's always ready to fire away.
He's just fearless out there. He just, the ball's his, and he thinks, every shot he puts up is going in, and if it's not, he has a short memory, and the next one's going in, which I think is something that's good about him.
His consistent attitude, his consistent effort. He's not going to have highs and lows. He's going to bring it every day. Doesn't mean he's going to make every shot, and he knows that. But he's not going to react in those situations. He's just going to tee it up and take another crack at it.
Anthony James is making the most of his time at UNI, having already received his degree and emerging as a leader on the basketball team. He loves going back to his hometown of St. Louis every year to compete in front of family and friends while helping his team in Arch Madness.
He's really proud of where he's come from, but he's also proud of the fact that he's come here and had success. And like a lot of our guys, he's worked really hard to get it. He wasn't the most highly recruited guy. He wasn't a guy that everybody was knocking his door down to get him to play. He's a guy that's earned everything he has, and so he kind of puffs that chest out and stands tall when he gets back into St. Louis, and played really well.
In Saturday's game at Illinois State, James scored his 1,000th career point and is now a member of a very special group of UNI student athletes.
He's one of the best scorers I've seen as far as with the ball in his hands. I try guarding him, and it's hard to stay in front of him sometimes. And he does some things that, sometimes you look at him and you're like, he's so quick. But yet again, he's a good leader too. He's not a talkative leader, but he can do it in some ways that a lot of people don't realize. And that's the good thing about him is when he gets out there, he's going to give it his all.
Stay tuned for more Panther Sports Talk. This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank, at home in Iowa, at work for you.
And that's all the time we have for today's show. Remember, you can watch our past stories in high definition. Find it all at panthersportstalk.com. We leave you with highlights from the past week. Thanks for watching Panther Sports Talk.